Are you a professional chicken cooker? Are you lost in the clouds with friggin' yoga? You're kidding yourself. We have it here on Drop Your Buffs, a podcast discussing Australian Survivor. On this episode, we'll be discussing the episodes that aired on Monday and Tuesday, the 12th and 13th of September. So if you haven't watched these yet, please leave the Tribal Council area immediately. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just go to dropyourbuffs.com for more details. With me tonight, I have my usual co-host, Craig. How's it going, Craig?
Very well. How are you going, Stuart?
Yeah, not too bad. Look,
Where are you, Stuart?
Yes, exactly. Well, I should probably preface this by saying that I apologise for the audio quality. It's not at its usual standard, which does really irk me. But we aren't actually co-located at the moment, are we, Craig?
No, we're quite a distance, quite a long way apart physically at the moment.
That's right. So I've actually rigged up something with coconuts and palm fronds and banana leaves to try and jury-rig some system so we can talk to each other.
It's working pretty well.
Yeah, well, actually, no, I think it actually works better than the NBN, so I'm quite happy.
There's that joke again. That's twice you've done that now.
That's right. Now, I know that we're going to talk about Monday and Tuesday, but we're probably going to focus more on Tuesday night. But we'll just briefly talk about Monday night, because I think that does set the scene for a lot of what happens in Tuesday night, I would say.
Certainly did. Yes,
yeah, I mean, like you could see all the groundwork being done there. One of the things that I thought was quite funny was that we had another one of Andrew's little phrases that he likes to trot out, and the one that really came out in the Monday night episode was, he was saying that he has a Ferrari in his brain and the rest are driving Hyundai XLs.
Yeah.
that was very condescending, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, almost everything he said on Monday and Tuesday night was pretty condescending, really. And so, I don't know, they really set him up for a fall, didn't they? They really did. You know, he was going on about how he was executing his game plan perfectly, and he was, as you say, I'm the smartest guy here, and I'm in charge of this game, and I decide who goes home, and all these things. And, that didn't play well.
He really came out as a bit of an ineffectual Bond villain, didn't he?
Yeah, he just seems so serious as well. I just felt like just lighten up a little bit. You know, it might go a bit better, but it was quite. I found it quite frustrating to watch Andrew's strategy, or whatever we call it. We'll call it strategizing, maybe. But all the strategizing he was doing Monday and Tuesday night, I just found quite frustrating, and it was
Well, in that Monday night episode, we had I guess one thing we should mention was that we had Craig was still looking for his idol because he had the clue.
That's right. I'm getting frustrated about it. Just couldn't find it. Thought it should be easy. But of course what he doesn't know is the reason he can't find it is because there's nowhere to be found. It's being found.
Yes, although he had a good chance to find it, but I think Craig is just he's great at pulling ropes, holding ropes, things with ropes, but maybe finding idols is not really his strong suit.
Well, he's given it a good crack, I thought. He tried hard. I think it was Sunday night was the night he was trying to find a way to get the whole tribe to go with him, so it wouldn't be quite so obvious what he was doing. But it is very hard to find an idol when someone else has already found it. Yeah,
that's right. Well, in that tribal council, of course, Kat was the one that was voted out. It was, I guess, it wasn't a particularly surprising move with the Vavau alliance sticking together. So it's just a question of who they were going to go with. It was probably, I think probably the most interesting thing about that was that at that stage Phoebe had her idol, but she didn't have to use it, so she still has it.
That's absolutely right. She saved it for another day, and that's a good thing to do. And it was great. It was good on Phoebe. We've talked about Phoebe before. She's really a very good player. I think she's excellent on the strategy. She's the one who's planning all those moves she's doing with the girls there. She's very strong game.
Yeah, that's right. And she's been in a pretty hard position for pretty much the whole game, because she started with Aganoa, which is a terrible tribe to start with, and now she's on the minority end of the current tribe she's in. So she hasn't really had a great trot.
Well, no, she certainly hasn't had the sort of good run that some of the people that have been on Sanapu the whole time have had. But boy, she's tough and she's tenacious and she looks for different ways and angles and she just keeps hanging on. I really like Phoebe. I think she's a brilliant player, a survivor.
Well, should we start talking about the Tuesday night episode?
Yes, we should. Yeah. Well, before we do that, let's just quickly talk about Tribal Council. So in the end, it was 5 votes to 2 to Kat. Yeah. With the alliance of Andrew, Craig, Connor, Sue and Kate voting for her, but also Phoebe. Phoebe voted for Kat, and the 2 that voted for Andrew were Christy and Kat.
Was Phoebe just voting for Kat just to sort of show that she was with the Andrew alliance? Was that the reasoning?
Not sure. I mean, throughout that episode, she was very unhappy with Kat after having gotten rid of Rowan in the previous episode. I just think there might have been a little element there of Phoebe just being very keen to remove Kat. Kat once again lied to Phoebe's face at Tribal Council. That's the second time she'd done that. While the votes were being cast, she said to Phoebe, "I'm with you." We saw her do that an episode or 2 ago where she lied. I think probably the episode with Rowan went. So she's done that twice now. I think we said at the time that's not going to go well for her. So anyway, that was that. Kat was gone, but she said no regrets, and she was just glad that she went after Rowan. So she really didn't like him.
No. Well, the Tuesday night episode kicks off straight after Tribal Council, of course. This is night 23. And we cut straight to Andrew, who was very happy with the vote.
So, those stupid girls.
Yes,
I'm in control of the game, he said.
I know. It's so grating. All of the things he was saying was just so grating, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just a continuation of what we'd seen the night before, but ultimately sowing the seeds, perhaps, of what was to come. But we'll get to that.
Well, then we get to the next day, and Kate is waking up everyone with her gong, calling it's a bit of a call to have beach yoga to improve their chakra or something. What was the whole reason?
I'm not sure what they were doing, but I did love the fact we were doing beach yoga again. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Look, I like what Kate was doing there, but I don't know how I'd feel about being woken up by someone banging on a saucepan lid. I don't know what time of the morning it was, but I mean, I think they can probably do with getting as much sleep as they possibly can. And I don't know that I'd be overly happy, but I do like the overall intent of what she was doing there. It was just trying to get some fire in their bellies and get going. And there's Andrew. I don't do yoga. It's all rubbish.
No, he eats pizza.
Yeah, that's right. He works 9 to 5 in an office and goes home and eats pizza. That's exactly right. So he tells us. Yep. Meanwhile, at Sanapu though, they want chicken.
Oh, the chicken. The old chicken debate.
Great chicken debate. This was really, really fascinating what went on here. This was, I think, quite instructive in particularly Matt. Now, as we know, Matt is a magician and a mentalist. He calls himself, but that's his job and professional, whatever it is. And just like that, as was picked up by Nick, all of them were originally, except for Matt, they all wanted to eat the chicken.
That's right.
And Matt convinced them all one by one not to eat the chicken. And Nick identified that being as really quite dangerous. And I think he's right. There's something about Matt that is very compelling, convincing when he's trying to make an argument about something. And we something as small as the chicken issue, but we saw it there again.
Well, I think maybe Matt is one of those characters where he is quite happy to go his own way, and he's not afraid to voice his own opinions, whereas maybe the others are a bit more followers, maybe, and that's why they were more easily swayed, where he was quite happy to stand his ground because he was comfortable in what he had to say and what he felt. So
you're right. He's very sure of his own opinions, and I'm prepared to express it. And people went along with him and came up with their own arguments for it. So we had, Sam said, we've got enough food for 24 hours, we don't need to do that. We had Lee saying, there could be some health hazards if we kill these chickens. Brooke just didn't want to kill the chickens at all. So they all came out with their own arguments, but it was Matt that led the charge not to do it. But how do you feel about this idea of letting the chickens go? I don't understand that.
No, well, I thought that they would have just still kept them for the eggs, though. But I think Matt...
I don't think they're laying eggs. I think that's the problem. It doesn't mean they won't. They might lay eggs in due course, or you might just need the chickens later. It's 55 days. We're only up to day 22. We've got a long, long way to go.
I thought they said to JLP later in the episode, they were saying that they do lay eggs every day. I thought that's
but I think that later on someone said they're not laying eggs.
Oh, okay.
And you can you can tell whoever was saying it, they seemed too convinced that what they were saying was true. So I actually don't think they're laying eggs. So I think that might have been one of the reasons. But I think to actually let the chickens go. I know Matt has a particular affinity with the chickens. I know that, understand that. But I think just as a precaution, you keep them around, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And if they get let go, are they just going to wander around in the jungle? Is that any safer where they are now? I'm not sure.
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe they lived there all along and they caught them. Especially, I don't know. No idea. But anyway, the chickens were spared and live to fight another day.
Well, they do, but then we get to the reward challenge, and we're still talking about chickens.
Still talking about chickens.
Because Snapu, they're being very, very cheeky, I thought, trying to see if they could swap their chickens for something else. And our mate
JLP, he wasn't having a bar of it.
No, but if Jeff Probst had been presented with this, I reckon he would have just taken the chickens and that's it. Because he'd be so angry with them, he would just say, "Well,
you want to give up the chickens? Yep. I'll take the chickens off you." Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought it was well handled, though. I thought, no, you've got an ocean, you've got coconuts, you've got all sorts of stuff. You make it work.
Exactly. Now, this challenge is one of my favourite challenges of all the challenges. Me too.
I love this one.
Me too. It's what I call the grueling relay challenge. But it's not really it's not really a relay though, is it? But
I just call it the chase.
The chase, yeah. Yep.
The chase. It's just awesome.
Now, I don't know about you, Craig, but I thought after this challenge had finished, I thought it was the best. It surpassed any of the US versions of that particular challenge. Did you think that?
Yeah, I did think that, and I think the reason it was so good is obviously you've got a very strong Sanapu tribe, and I think the way they set themselves up, they lined themselves up along the road was really good. They had strong guy at the front, strong guy at the back, and that really helped. I think it was very easy then to transfer the bags around as they needed to. It was easy for people to just tap out when they needed to, and those guys just kept going and they're so strong and they just pushed through. Equally, I think Vivau did a great job too. I think they were running through the shallow bits, but I think Sanapu just had them. They obviously were stronger, but I think that's the strategy they used there and the way they set themselves up really contributed to that. And just the way Sam and Lee at the end just powered on. With I think it was Lee had 18 kilograms on and Sam had 24, and they're running through this water. And that last lunge Sam did just to tap them, just amazing stuff. Yeah,
it was. It was certainly a very grueling challenge, and but I was surprised at how early Matt checked out because he was the first one to drop out of that challenge, and I don't know, I just thought that he was a bit fitter than that, so that was a surprise.
Well, perhaps he was a bit weakened by the chicken debate.
if only he'd had that protein beforehand.
That's right, exactly.
He would have been fine.
Hanging there a bit longer. I hadn't thought of that. You're right.
Did you notice they had that's right. But during that challenge they had some fantastic aerial shots too of that challenge. It was up from very high too. It was very well done.
Yes, once again Samoa is putting on a star performance. And it looks spectacular in HD.
It does.
I've been I watched these ones on delay on 10play, and it looks it's beautiful. It's coming through beautifully.
It does.
Great.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Now, look, I'm sitting comfortably on my couch. I've had 3 square meals, and boy, I wanted to win that challenge, that chocolate challenge. I just love chocolate, and that was just that looked pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm actually surprised that we didn't see more people throwing up though.
Well, did you get the feeling after they did all that chocolate that actually Sam wasn't feeling too good?
Oh, definitely. But he did tell us though, I don't give a rat's ass if I spew. Now, I can't think of a more Australian thing to say than that.
Well, he looked pretty content, didn't he, after all that chocolate? And Matt sculling his chalky milk there. Oh, I love my chalky milk.
so then
Chester stayed. That was the point at which the chickens got released.
Yes, that's right.
The Chester stayed, so we've still got Chester there.
Oh, Chester stayed, right.
Saying it's utter stupidity. What they've just done, utter stupidity.
Yes, he was not happy. He was not a happy camper.
No, he wasn't.
Then we zip back over to Vavau, and of course, they're all scratching around for some food to have. I think they're foraging for sea cucumbers and things like that. So it's not that appetizing particularly.
No, it's not.
and Andrew is talking about how much he loves going to tribal council.
Yeah, it's where survivors played apparently, and it's where he gets to practice so that he's ready to make big moves later in the game. I'm sorry, but I think he's missing the point that there is a very big social game that has to go on back at camp, and I just don't think he was playing it very well.
No, I can't recall anyone on previous US Survivor seasons where they've said that they love going to tribal council.
No, it's not a place you want to be. If you go to tribal council, it means you've lost a challenge, and it means your head's on the chopping block, and you don't want to be there. No,
that's right. Should we talk about the final challenge, the music challenge?
Should.
This was the one where they had to throw coconuts into these big nets that were being held by a rope by the tribe members. So this was one of those sort of had that element of strategy because you had to decide which of the two on the opposing side you were going to throw coconuts into.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, no, it was quite good. They were all aiming for poor Craig though.
Well, again, very clever strategy. But boy, oh boy, he worked so hard to hang in there. That was just so inspiring watching that, I thought.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, you can see that he's got nothing left, and Sue was the same. Sue was fantastic as well.
Absolutely. Those two, I mean, you cannot criticise those two at all. They gave it everything they possibly had, and they should hold their heads up very high after that performance. I just thought that was amazing, absolutely amazing. And I mean, Sam, he was the same. Over on Snapu, he had to work really hard after he was getting targeted as well. It was very tough for the rope holders, that one.
And then they had some shots of Andrew basically hobbling. He was so ineffectual in that challenge, and although he did say himself that he was pathetic in that challenge, so even he recognised that.
He did say that later on, but I mean, even after Craig, Stu and Sam particularly had to work so hard, they were still standing up, but Andrew was actually down for the count there at one stage at the end of that challenge.
So again, Snapu won. I think from the perspective of viewers, they have to do something to change this up because it's a bit annoying or a bit depressing seeing the same tribe lose again and again.
How many is it? How many challenges in a row is it? Is it 5 or 6 now in a row?
I haven't tried to count that up actually.
Yeah, I might try and count that up for next time. But it's a bit of a rout now, that's for sure. I know we have seen this previously, and they've let it go.
Yeah,
I remember one series where the tribe got down to one member after I think it was Nicaragua or something like that. And it was down to one member after just a string of challenges. Look, they're on their knees. There's no doubt about it.
And it's still far too early to have a final merge, to one big tribe still, because they wouldn't probably do that until there's about 12 people left, I would say. And I think that's about normal, isn't it? 10 or 12. I mean, who knows what they're going to do here? But I think we've got 16 left at the start of 16 left. I think at the start of Tuesday night's episode. So a little way to go yet before they'll think about bringing them all together, I would have thought. Yeah, that's right. Well, back in the pre-tribal scramble, we've got the alliance of 5 seem to be talking about voting for Christy because that's the obvious move. Do they know Phoebe has the idol? They don't, do they?
I don't think they do. Obviously, Christy does because Phoebe told her the other day. But no, if they do, I don't think we're aware of it. They certainly haven't included that in the edit. But I'd be astounded if Phoebe had told anybody that. I don't understand what the strategic value of doing that would be. So no, I don't think so.
Because I wonder why they were going for Christie, or was it just because Phoebe seemed to be voting with them in the last tribal? And
well, it could be actually. Maybe that was part of her thinking that she needed to, get in with those guys, and the way to do it was to demonstrate that she was with them was by voting with them. Maybe I hadn't thought of that. Maybe
because her name didn't seem to come up, did it, as an option? It was only really Christie. Was all they were talking about.
Yeah, Christie was the only one voted for. That's right. She got 3 votes. Andrew got 4. Yeah.
Yeah. At tribal council, even though they have the US Survivor theme music, the main theme music, it seems like that they're doing their own music for other things. Pretty much, it's often similar, but there are little things that are different. And I don't know if you listen to this music at the start of tribal council, but it was very much. It seemed to me straight out of Temple of Doom, to be honest. It was
Temple of Doom.
It had this sort of ominous sort of thing, and I could almost imagine this chanting in the background, Kalima, Kalima.
I love it.
It was.
Yes, they are doing their own thing on the Survivor background music. I think it's a little bit dramatic for me, actually. I prefer the more mellow tones that we're used to, and let Tribal Council tell the story. What's being said at Tribal Council tell the story rather than the background music. But no, look, it's setting a good scene, but it is quite dramatic.
Now, JLP said he was pretty impressed with Sue. So they were talking about how well she did, and everyone agreed with that. But it's funny when he was various questioning of the different tribe members. I think the only consensus was no one was sure what the majority was.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I think I'm in the majority. Yes, I hope I'm in the majority. There was a lot of that, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And Sue herself actually said, "I'm not sure if the majority still is the majority. It's doing my head in," she said.
That's right. Well. I think that proved to be the case, though, didn't it, in the end? Because as you mentioned, we had 4 votes for Andrew, 3 for Christie, with Andrew being the one voted out.
And he did not see it coming.
No.
So we've had a couple of blindsides this week. We had Rowan on Sunday night and Andrew on Tuesday night. Cat was not such a surprise on Monday.
No, that's right.
Week of blindsides there. We talked last time about who was sitting with who at Tribal Council.
Oh, we did, yes.
I had another look at this for this episode, and the order of seating tonight was, this is the order from left to right: Connor, Craig, Sue, Kate. So they were all sitting together. And they didn't all vote together, actually.
No, that's right.
And then we had Christie with Andrew sitting between Christie and Phoebe down the right-hand side, which I thought was a little bit interesting. Might be nothing in it, but I always look at those things. And in the end, the 3 that voted for Christie were Andrew, Connor, and Sue. It was interesting that Craig went over to the Andrew side with Kate. So there's been a split in that alliance of 5. Obviously, it's now an alliance of 4 with Andrew having gone. But we've got Sue and Connor out on their own. They voted for Christie, and you've got Craig and Kate who went for Andrew. What do you think that means? That's
right. Well, I think that they're finally realising that Andrew. I mean, if you believe the edit that has been presented to us, is that Andrew wasn't offering anything at all, and all that Kate kept saying again and again, Andrew only offers us loyalty, but we all offer loyalty, don't we? So that wasn't really of much benefit. So, yes. So that wasn't of much benefit, and time again, he hasn't been useful in challenges whatsoever. And so but I guess they still have that potential majority if they want to try and get rid of Christie later on. Still, they could still do that. So maybe that's why they thought that they were still safe.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I think next time they go to Tribal Council, it'll be very interesting to see how everything plays out there. Because it's changing. Obviously, with Andrew gone, the dynamics change again. Looking forward to seeing what happens.
Well, that's right. Well, I think that Sue seems to be a pretty loyal player, so it's going to be. I don't think that she will deal with this very well. It's going to be hard for her to work out where to go now, where her allegiance should lie.
I think that's right. Connor's interesting. Connor looks. Really unhappy every time he goes to Tribal Council. We're not hearing much from him now.
That's right.
But whenever you see him, he's always busy though. He's always cracking open a coconut or something. He's always working whenever you see him. But at tribal council, he just looks absolutely miserable.
Yeah, he does. Well, that was the end of that episode. I don't have any more to add about that. Do you?
No, two short episodes. It was, we had the Andrew Blindside, but to be fair, it had been coming for a while. We'd certainly seen it coming for a couple of episodes based on. It was almost like the editors were setting him up for a fall by including all of the stuff he was saying. I'm in charge of this game and all that sort of stuff, and then of course it all comes crashing down. So that was that. On to next week.
That's right. Any other Survivor news, Craig?
Well, yeah, a bit of news actually out of the United States. So the latest, or the next series of American Survivor goes to air in the United States next Wednesday night their time, which is about lunchtime Thursday here.
Oh, really?
And so this time it's Survivor Gen X versus Millennials, which will be fascinating to see how that plays out. But they've released a new promo. CBS broadcasts the show in America, and they've released the promo. And right off the bat in the preview, this is not a spoiler because it's in the promo that they're broadcasting. There is footage of them all at camp in just appalling weather, like terrible weather.
Right. When
the howling gale, sand blowing sideways, all that kind of stuff. When Jeff arrives in a boat and says that for the first time in 33 seasons, they're evacuating. And
really?
See them all, yeah, they actually evacuate. So you see them getting onto the boat and being taken away.
Wow.
So it looks like this happens in probably the first episode, maybe the first episode or two, because it's all that's in this promo. You don't see anything else other than this evacuation. So
that's amazing.
Looking forward to seeing what happens there and how they deal with that.
That sounds very exciting. Where's that one being filmed?
I'm not sure, to be absolutely honest. It's an island. It looks tropical. Exactly where I couldn't tell you. I'll have to look that up as well.
Yeah, well, I could only imagine that they would be evacuating because of a cyclone or something.
I think that's what it is. I've had a bit of a look on. Just had a little bit of a look around, and it seems that is what happened. A cyclone came in, and they made the decision. They've had bad weather before, but they made the decision that for safety reasons they had to get them out. So there we go, bit of news. So next week, I'm not sure when Channel 9 are planning on broadcasting it. In the past, they've always tried to play it very shortly after it goes to air in the States. I haven't seen any promos for it on Channel 9 yet. And obviously it's a slightly different dynamic for Channel 9 this time with Survivor for Australia running across the road on Channel 10. So but looking forward to that.
Exactly. No, that'll be great. Almost too much Survivor.
Too much Survivor is never enough.
Well, I think that's pretty much the end of this episode. Thanks everyone for bearing with with our audio issues that we have at the moment. Hopefully we can get back to normal recording conditions back in the studio soon. But I think we might have one or two podcasts that might be just that little bit, just a little bit difficult until we get back on track. So again, thanks again, Craig, for calling in tonight.
No worries at all, Stu.
And I look forward to the next episode.
Absolutely. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Okay, see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.